guys, welcome back. I've decided I would come on tonight and kind of do a little bit of painting. Yeah, so I've kind of set it up. I already have maybe 2 coats of the bluestone color from Bluestone House. This is just a little desk. I have to adjust kind of the insides to tighten the legs, but that I will worry about after. Kind of wanted to do something a little more funky with this, because why not? But I don't know what I'm going to do. So I have to kind of decide what colors I want to use. So I have a few colors over here in my little trolley. On the mess, of course. I have this darker blue, just dragonfly. Really love this blue. That would also look really nice. Blue is always the way to go, I find. I've got this beautiful color called Emma. That would look really cool with the La Vie en Rose. So I think that's the direction we're heading. So I'm going to, I found this for $2.50. How cool is that? So it's just my little brush caddy. So one of my favorite kinds of brushes is like this. I think it's called the Worcester brush. I like it because it has that awesome bendable little handle. This one's awesome for just doing some street work. This is a brush that I sell from Bluestone House. I use this one. I've been using it for wax, but you can paint with these. These are really awesome brushes and they're so versatile. So I'm just gonna use a brush that I've painted blue with before. And I think we're gonna start with the dark color on the bottom, work our way up to a lighter color. Now I also need my mister, so just 1 second. So I just have a mister bottle right here. And that's just gonna help so you can kind of move the pen a little bit. Yeah. Let's get into it. Sometimes what I like to do is another awesome thing to do, even with your empty ones, is save them instead of buying furniturizers for when you paint. And they are literally, I'll just have to use this for a sec, the perfect size to kind of rise the piece off the ground so you can paint the bottoms without getting dirt on it. So that's what I'm going to do. Sorry, I'm a bit all over the place. I don't really have a plan for this piece yet. So we're going to start with the La Vie en Rose. And I'm just going to pull it up and kind of pull it right into that gray. Okay. So basically I just want to cover the spots that I wasn't able to paint before. I knew I didn't want to leave it a solid color. See how wobbly they are? They need to be tightened. But this is kind of just pulling that pink right up. And you can add a little bit of water to kind of have a smoother blend into your leg. So I don't have too much so far. Okay, so there's 2 done. See how fast you can do it? Sorry, my doggy wants to visit. So again, we're just pulling from the bottom, pulling it up. You can add some water. See how that kind of just, it's hard to see, sorry. kind of just makes it so it blends a little easier. Okay, so we have one more leg to do the Levion Rose, and we're gonna pull it up again, do the same thing. And the main thing with this, you're not striving for perfection, right? There's no perfect line. You're just kind of wanting to blend that and incorporate that color into your piece like it was meant to be. Because sometimes if you do it too intentional, it doesn't come off right? If that makes any sense to you. So, I kind of like how that is coming. Now I need to kind of add something else. That is where I'm going to switch to Emma. And with this, I want to, oh, this one's tight. I gotta use my muscles. I'm really gonna pull it up at the base, kind of. So this one, you're kind of just blending that. See how nicely that blends? So it almost creates like this really cute, very subtle ombre. And I mean, you can totally take your water, your mister. Okay. And do what it want, an ombre pink. Woo! So, yeah, that's fun. I can go on the blooper reel. I really need to, you can totally pull it closer to the bottom. I need to fix these legs. Okay. Last leg, which is Emma. And once again, not perfect, right? You just want to kind of get that color on there, and you've started to blend. I like that. Okay. And then the next color I'm going to get, excuse me, is Green Sack, which is this color. I love this color. Okay, and for this one, we are going to be doing the same thing, but we're pulling it up here. And don't worry about if you get it on the other spots, you can blend it. The whole purpose of this piece is kind of, you know, just that blended color. And when you take that and kind of add it with that pink, it really blends super nice. I love it. That's the first step. So you just want to get the color on there. Now, I'm going to be kind of building a bit of a base over here. So I'm just taking my top color that I did, and then kind of outlining and putting some brightness into that. And you can totally go around on the sides and do the same kind of idea. Oops. This is so flimsy right now. I really need to fix it. Okay. And it drips. So that's another thing. So when you're painting, let's say you painted one spot and you go over here, it's always good to go back, make sure you have no drips, because it's a pain once you have those drips and they dry. Okay, so I'm just gonna get over here. And all I'm doing is I'm outlining. So Kenobi's leg. Dancing my deer to the back. Okay. So that's what it looks like so far. Now I need to add some pink. I think I'm going to go with the lighter color and then work back to the darker, kind of do it a little different up here. So with this pink one, it's kind of I'm a hot mess. And paint any gray area that shows, right? And again, this is not perfection. We just want to get the paint on there so that we can start moving it and adding layers. So you can kind of see that ombre coming. Okay. So I'm going to take that pink and again fill in all those dark spots. I'm going to use that blue stone as like just a rich base for my palette. Right. Okay. So, again, I'm going to take my second lightest color. Add it into gray areas. Okay. We're almost finished with this color. And outlining the top. Sorry, my dog's over there. Looking like she's gonna be sick, so I'm just seeing what she's doing. It's all about building that color so you can start blending. Perfect. So I pretty much have my base. Spots that I think it might be. Add some pink kind of to outline here. Some dimension. And then we're going back to this color. Okay, so we're going back to Livy on Rose. And we're going to add that kind of in the centers for that added depth. This one a little. Sorry, it's a little creepy. I should have tightened it before this video, but we're doing it, so So again, taking my Le Vion Rose, my darker color, and I'm going in the center of each spot. So like almost like I have a frame, go a little bit smaller frame, and then I have a little box, right? So those are my three main colors, and then I have the base color as well. Okay. That over here. And you can totally add that darker pink in spots that you think it might need it, okay? So there's gonna be some spots that kind of just don't look, I guess, put together. I don't know how to explain it. So you can add that pink and it's gonna kind of blend everything together. Okay. Ooh, I'm liking how it's turning out. And again, going on the top, creating that box. Cute. Gonna be real cute. And right now, I'm totally doing this oval. It all on the sides, so this could be, it doesn't have to necessarily be on a wall. This is when I'm going to take my water and that's when I'm going to blend it all together. And I'm taking a little bit of that watered down pink and bringing it over top with the main gray. And you just kind of want to do it until everything looks really subtle and soft. But the water really helps with that. Excited to see how this turns out. I mean, I'll probably have to do some touch-ups off camera, but I'm really liking the look of it. Okay. See, I've kind of created that oval. And the water's mainly the main thing that helps with that. Mainly the main. I can't talk. Okay, so I'm going back to my grain stack. And I'm going in the center where that grain is. And then there should be a little bit of water left, but you can kind of blend it out. And what I'm going to do is add that grain sack to some of the edges to kind of just highlight them, because it does have this kind of cute little beveled detail, right? But the main thing is you just want to build that base, and that's how you're going to get the perfect color. Like, I'm super happy with how this is actually turning out. Kind of hard to see on camera, but it's a lot more subtle in person. And once this dries and is waxed, ooh, it's gonna look good. So I've kind of done what I needed to do for the top. I'm happy with that. And then now I'm just going around and I'm taking my grain sack and I'm kind of re-highlighting some of those areas that we highlighted at the start. Okay. Now we can go back to this area, okay? And it still has some dampness to it. And we're gonna add that in the center to kind of Just taking that grain sack, filling in those spots. And pulling it down. So we're going over those legs again. But this time it's just so that you can define it a bit more, right? So you can actually see that transition. And you kind of want to start your brush at the top of this thing, let go. If you just start in the middle, you're going to see all those brush strokes. Sometimes it's okay to have that texture, but it's all depending on how you want your piece to turn out. This piece, I don't really necessarily want a lot of brush strokes, but I do want to have those colors kind of pop. So that's all I'm doing. I'm just taking my brush, kind of dry brushing over top of some of the stuff, and then blending. That's like the main thing. It takes a while to get this look because you're just kind of just playing with that paint until it sits how you want it, if that makes sense. I like it. Okay, so next up, I'm kind of digging this. I am going to see if there's any paper, decoupage paper, that maybe will bring this to the next level. Okay. So see, I just left a brush off, so I want to kind of take that out. And I can see over here, okay. And even just bringing that green sack. It's pulling it up and really blending super nice. Yeah, I like that. A little more intentional. There we go. Okay. Once again, check for your drips. A little spot up here. And pull. Tiniest bit of red Lavion Rose back into that center. I'm going to drill a hole for a new knob. Pull this all out. And it's just paint, so you can play around with it until you get your desired look. Okay. I'm gonna shut these. Show you how I store my decoupage paper. Okay, so I was trying to figure out a solution on how I keep my decoupage paper straight. So what I found was the dollar store. I think these are like poster boards people do presentations on in high school or something like that. And I literally just keep all my paper in here. So it's all nice and straight and in one spot. Because before it was everywhere. So I'm seeing if there's something that maybe I can add. And I think I found something. Okay, so I think I only need maybe one paper. Put it over there. And I think Via is gonna go really nicely because you got the blues, kind of the bluey gray, and you have your pink. And then you have a nice little subtle pop of yellow. I just can't find my scissors though. I should have been a little more prepared. Okay, so I'm kind of just seeing what I'm going to do for this. So I decided I'm just going to put it on the drawer. So even though we did all that work, it doesn't necessarily mean it's yet. And since you put so much paint on there, it's nice and dry. And I can put it on like a decoupage medium, pretty much. So, there we go. And all I'm gonna do, carefully kind of use that side as tension air floaty. Take that paper off. And I don't mind if it rips up into, like if it rips up in here, because it kind of, I like to distress at the end anyways. Sometimes that kind of adds to the look. Like how simple that is. So when it's wet enough, it just pulls right off like that. Okay. Now I have still a lot left for another project. That's such a cute paper. I love it because it has your flowers, it has polka dots, and it has that kind of pastel color. Okay. Super cute. I love it. Oh, there's my puppy. So anyways, that's pretty much what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be adding a sealer over top of this. Sealer over top the whole piece, I think. I think I might be using a poly just because it is a desk or a vanity or whatever. So there may be a little more traffic on the top. So I will be kind of protecting it a little more than, let's say, like a wax or something. But I could totally use a beeswax. I also carry this. This one is the antiquing wax. I don't know where the beeswax is, but this antiquing wax is also a really cool thing, and I love the smell of it. So it's almost like I want to say like a mousse almost. Yeah, a little thicker than a mousse. And this one is awesome for getting down into, if let's say if you have details, it gets into that and kind of adds that white look. So this is awesome for if you're whitewashing as well. But I also have a beeswax, which we'll go get you them because I've been up and down on the whole thing. Let's a couple more times. Oh, yes I do. Okay. So, I've got a few. There's the beeswax polish, it's backwards. But this is the larger size. This is the 8 ounce. And it smells divine. And then they also have the smaller size as well. But this stuff goes a long way. Like this stuff will last you a few projects. I know I still have my first wax I opened. I'm almost to the bottom of it, but it lasts a while. And I love the concept of wax. I don't know, I'm a wax girl, but I do have to use the poly when necessary because sometimes you just need that little extra protection on certain things. Okay, this video is getting long. Anyways, I'm going to show you a few more pieces that I'm working on, and then I will insert the stage pictures of this at the end so you can kind of see once it's all finished. So this is a piece I'm working on. I think it might need one more coat. I saw it and it was a teacup holder, and I love this bee culture color, and I thought this would be super cute hanging on a wall, and then you could put some really small succulents in it instead of teacups, or you could put teacups and put the succulents in the teacups. But anyways, super cute. I love this. This is going to be coming soon. It's just, sometimes it's hard to get the smalls finished because there's just so much to do. Anyways, and as you can see, it's like 1,000,000 degrees. 30 degrees today, so it's hot, and I don't have my AC on yet. This is a really cute box that I'm working on. I added the beet culture on the bottom, and then I did this really cute blending. Like, look, this is awesome. So I used the Levion rose, a beet culture, and I think this is the Tuscan teal. But I think that's so cute. This could be someone's like, you know, treasure box. Last thing, really need to finish this guy because it's gonna be real cute, is this huge tray. It's humongous. So I gotta finish this one. I thought I was going in one direction with it, but I don't really like it. So I think I'm going to end up sanding it and removing what I've done and then kind of revamping that. We'll see how that goes. But in the meantime, thanks for sticking along and listening to me ramble. I don't know if you learned anything, but I had fun creating and I'm looking forward to the end result of this piece. I think it's super cute and it would be a great addition to any little girl's room, or if you wanted to add a little bit of feminine flair into your living room as like a hall table. But anyways, thanks for watching and I hope you stay tuned because I will be trying to put up maybe a video a week for sure. But yeah, see you guys later. Stay safe. Okay. Smell it up. Not forgetting. Cool. I like it. All right. So I may not have time to do a full staged after photo, but I wanted to kind of get back on here, show you the knob I picked out. It's just really cute. I have to clean the inside, but this is like a really cute pink velvet and is actually in really good condition, so it goes perfect with this piece. And I may go back later and blend this out a little bit more. So it's a little more subtle right here, if that makes sense. But yeah, that is how she looks.